Hello, drinking public. My name is Thomas Tao, and for VinePair.com, I'm reviewing the latest Old Fitzgerald Bottled and Bond from Heaven Hill in Kentucky. But before I get to that, two things to keep in mind. One, please subscribe to VinePair on YouTube. I ask nicely, come on. And second, if you want my full review, in depth, all the tea, click on the link in the description below because I nerd the heck out on tasting notes, flavor notes, finish notes, the history of Old Fitzgerald. You want it, it's definitely in that review. Click on the link in the description below and also keep watching this. I'm asking a lot, I know, stick with me. Let's talk about this bottle. The Old Fitzgerald Bottled and Bond series, first released in 2018, comes in these beautiful looking decanters. And this is Bottled and Bond whiskey. Now, it's always 100 proof. It's always at least 4 years old. And these have actually ranged in age from 8 years, which is the youngest in the series, up to 19 years, which is the oldest in the series. This is the second time they've released an 8-year expression, so the youngest. And we're gonna give it a go. I gotta be honest with you. This is the second release in 2023. The first release in 2023 was a 10-year, which I didn't love as much as a lot of others in the series, right? I don't necessarily also think that older always means better when it comes to this Old Fitzgerald Bottled and Bond Decanter series. Some of the younger ones have actually been my favorite. The retail on this is $109.99 or about $110, right? The Old Fitzgerald Decanter series, almost as soon as it came out, started commanding markups at retail in a pretty common fashion. So you'll often see these bottles go for 2, 3. I live in New York City. I've even seen them for 4x or more retail. I'm not saying you should pay that for these. I'm here to just tell you what I think about the whiskey. So if you do see it on a shelf for retail at $110, I consider it at least, because the markup on these at retail and also on the secondary market is pretty common. So just keep that in mind for price and availability. Ooh, waffles. First thing on the nose, it's like fresh waffles with light maple syrup. It's nice. Look, the oak can often be strong on these decanter series bottlings, but there's oak here. I'm nosing oak, but it's balanced. It's nice, it's bright. A little bit of spice. Here's the thing. Wheated bourbon, people think it's all smooth and sweet. No. There are spice elements in a lot of wheated bourbons, and this is one of them. It's inviting, warm. It's not the most complex nose. I will say it's not the most complex nose. For an 8-year bourbon, this is bringing some really lovely notes. Ooh, okay. There's like this brown butter thing on the nose that translates to the beginning of the palate. It's kind of like fatty and a little savory. The mouth feels not terribly thick, I will say. I kind of wish it were a little thicker, a little more viscous. But there's just kind of like this light, sweet, but really fatty element that transitions nicely to the palate. Once your palate is acclimated, that first sip becomes like saccharine sweet. There's still that fatty brown butter element. It's really, really sweet. Right beyond that, there's a little bit of spice, and some nutmeg, and really, bear with me. There's an almost saffron element. I don't eat a lot of saffron, I'm not made of money. A little kiss of saffron there, kind of right before it hits the mid palate. And then that nutmeg and saffron spice transitions to baked green apple. Again, it's very bright. I really like it. There's oak there, okay? You're gonna taste the barrel. It comes through on this bourbon. But the thing is, it's not overly tannic. Some of these can get a little bogged down. And at 100 proof, you chase more oak, then you chase sweetness, then you chase spice, then you chase fruit, then you chase any number of other elements. Here, the oak is restrained just enough to where I get that pop of sweetness, I get a little bit of that fattiness, and then it gradually transitions to spice, and then on the mid palate, that fruity apple note builds. This is not the most complex Old Fitzgerald Bottled and Bond Decanter series release. Some of the older ones, yeah, they have more time in the barrel. There is more complexity there. But what I like about this one is what it does well. None of those notes are off-putting. None of those notes seem to be terribly out of balance. It's a pretty harmonious sip. Overall, I quite like this. I give it a 92 out of 100. I actually may have given it a couple more points if the mouthfeel had been a little bit thicker, but the flavors it brought, I really enjoyed. I thought this was a step up from the earlier release in the year. And I think this signals that Heaven Hill is not afraid to pull barrels that are a little bit younger when they hit a really nice place. So kudos to them for releasing a younger expression, tied for the youngest in the line, that actually brings a lot of flavor and is quite enjoyable pouring. For VinePair.com, I'm David Thomas Tao. Enjoyed bringing you this one, enjoyed bringing you the notes on this one, and leave a comment below and I'll be sure to respond.